Well, part of the day we're on house cleanup and property cleanup. So we actually have two true log cabins. This one has a little bit of a brick fascia, but behind there is a full legit log cabin. So I'll show you guys inside of it in the next few days. I don't even currently have the key because the guy that's doing the little maintenance in there for us took it home with him. But we're gonna clean this yard up and get it looking proper. These are behind the office, so just an extension of, we like everything to look good and proper. Calvin's will get in here, we'll get all these weeds cut down, get the flower beds cleaned up, and the inside of the house is being worked on currently. Electrician should be here probably tomorrow. Limb up that tree a little, get this place looking good. So little property maintenance on the agenda for today on the residential side, but we also have some going on the commercial side. I'll show you guys that here in just a little bit. That's looking good too. One of the rental rollbacks getting ready to go out. Looks like this one will be headed down to South Carolina. All right, project number 2 is this area. And I don't want to spoil it, even though I think I've already said what we're doing. But this area here and this area here. And sometimes these videos, guys, are just so we have a little bit of saved before and after. Because if not, and we don't take pictures, you never know that this room looked as bad as it did. But this is going to end up being our break room for employees. Basically, a little table, chairs, some area to sit down and eat. We'll have a little microwave set up, just a cool little sitting area. Then we got the little dungeon, which I believe will be our file room, coming into what will be, and it's filthy currently, our employee break room. Customer break room. And this is right off the office area. So this will be a little wet bar, a little kitchen area, refrigerator, drinks, and then a sitting area with a television, which also leads to the upstairs, which will be the overflow area for employees. All right, walked over here to do a video of all the utility trucks looking good lined up, but ended up pulling a bunch of weeds. And while I was doing it, somebody pulled up, one of my old customers, and said, "Why are you pulling weeds?" I was like, well, it needed to be done. Somebody had to do it. He was just kind of making chit chat, but it was funny. I was leaned over pulling the weeds up. He's like, don't you have something better to do? And yes, I do. Let's sell some trucks. But utility trucks, we're going through and organizing utility trucks. We're actually going to use a little overflow area to organize the bucket trucks. David is out. He just drove past with one of the bucket trucks. But if anybody's looking for a commercial truck of any freaking shape and size, I think we got every version there is. 450s, 550s, 350s, four-wheel drives, gases and diesels, Ford, Chevy, and Dodge, Duramaxes, Cummins, a couple dump trucks, a couple enclosed bodies, and then this service body truck right here. I just had somebody ask me about that yesterday, and they said, does that generator work? And I said, yes, sir, it works like a champ. This van's 15 grand. Inside this $15,000 van is not only a roof AC system, which we had to replace on a unit not long ago, and a Cummins Onan generator, which we also had to replace on a bucket truck. That's the same one that runs the bucket truck motors, and $7,500. Rooftop AC system, built-in generator. That is a work truck on wheels for like a drop in the bucket. Nice big ladder rack system. The boys are unloading some tools, going into start working on the room inside. That is great. Go absorb the sign one more time with the truck sitting beside it. I just can't get over how cool that turned out. 450 flatbed utility truck. And also, while we're talking about it, we had a customer reach out and say, hey, I love this truck, but I got to be able to get in it better. What can you do? So I actually sketched him a little photo online showing an extra set of steps, or an extra step below this step. so that when you walked up, you could literally go here, then in the truck. So, not sure my little sketch was enough to make him understand, but it wouldn't be that hard. And, you know, special requests like that are not out of the ordinary. Because I just love the truck. I just can't get my leg up that high to get in and out of it. And it was either that or lower it. And he didn't want to lower it because he loves the look of the truck. Why wouldn't you? Because it's a freaking amazing truck. Looking friggin' good. So we'll see how that turns out. And also he asked about shipping. He was like, I think that's gonna be a problem. Really, it's not. Even though it's a big truck, a heavy truck, transportation should be no issue because we got plenty of options. Running around this morning, dropping off AJ and picking him up, and I just rolled up to pick him up in this Raptor, which for those that know, this was Cletus McFarland's Raptor. And AJ said, why do you just not keep that truck? Like every single time you jump in something, out of all the freaking vehicles, you jump in that. It's just a nice, convenient truck. It doesn't hurt that it's got like a ridiculous amount of horsepower, and it sounds good, but I do jump in that truck all the time. But like everything, things need to come, things need to go. It's been a fun truck. We didn't capture nearly the content that I thought we would capture with it, but it is fun, and I guess, you know, it's a Raptor. I mean, I'll drive every Raptor we have. I love the daggone things. The charcoal gray one, it's around here somewhere, is also awesome. And it really doesn't matter to me. I'll jump in the most raggedy Squarebody we have, the most raggedy F-150 we have, such as that one, and I'll drive the heck out of it. It doesn't matter. I just get convenient and jumping in stuff, and that's what I get stuck in. But rolling over here, that Squarebody is officially done. Test driven and no leaks. So that is awesome. This one, getting ready to have the door panels put back together and just going over of the interior features and functions. It is coming along nicely, and we have to put the door lock back in it. Turned out really, really nice. Got some bumperettes on the front, undercarriage done, shocks. We do still do the shocks. But I came over here to search for a window lock for the back of a Suburban. Crazily enough, the red, less expensive Suburban window went down, now it won't come back up. So here's our Squarebody drawer full of pieces and parts, and let's just hope that we have the right switch in here. We got a little bit of everything else. You guys would not understand the arsenal of pieces and parts it takes to keep these things going. They can be fine today and not fine tomorrow. That's the part that is really unfortunate. Things do break, and they break very commonly. So let me search for this part and be back. All right, while I'm over here, I see a note. I think my guys have given up on this Mercedes. So if we've got any local Mercedes technicians, we have thrown in the towel. This car runs rough, like really rough. Now, part of it's probably because it's sat, and that's our fault. But it has a crazy fuel system. Check this out. I just find that y'all might find it interesting, but we also might find a mechanic in the group here. Check out that injection system and that air intake, kind of like a toilet bowl for alcohol injection on a race car. Kind of strange. Really, really wild. So, not that you guys probably care about a Mercedes and how it works. This is a neat little sports car. The top comes off. It's a clean car. It's needing to be waxed again because it's been sitting outside. But I think we've given up. I think we have some sort of injector problem, and we do not have the time to chase it. So runs, starts, moves, but just very underpowered. So if we got any technicians, you can come here and work on it, or we can get it to you. But probably something simple, if I had to guess. But simple and Mercedes don't go together. And I guess if we can't get it running, we'll put a big block in it. We'll put these tires on it. And we'll make something out of it. It's crazy how good it smells in this building from doing these floors. It's just got a fresh, new home smell. We did get the hose replaced on this truck and a couple other little things done. door adjusted, a few of the other little punch list items done yesterday. 72 short bid. If you didn't hear it running in the video, it is sold, not trying to tempt you, but it's just a good sounding big block. So you might want to go back to yesterday's video and listen, but that thing sounds tremendous. And I'm really excited for the family this truck's going to, as always, with every customer. But they were able to come up the other day, and he was really happy with the look of this truck. And it's definitely a little different. A lot of his trucks are red, but the color is beautiful. The stance is great. It's got probably the best blowing air condition we've had in a long time. So really, really, really cool truck. So not to keep harping on that one, but it's turned out really good. In the steering and the track bar, Daniel got that done. He's still got a few things to clean up underneath of it, but just made a world of difference on this truck that was already a great truck. And told you about that one. Got this one back home. Hope the bumper arrives to this one. This truck will be for sale, and people keep harping about price. It should be around 50. We got to put the stainless fender trim. Again, I can't tell y'all how nice the black finish of the paint is on this truck. Straight as an arrow. Going over everything underneath of it. Small block, long bed, half ton. Putting the front bumper on it does have the 89 to 91 front end. AJ will re-photograph it once we get the bumper on it. It does have the roll pan on the back. It is all spring, no block in the back. 8-inch kit. Tailgate's been shaved. So that'll be the next square body that is not currently on the website for sale. And then, just while we're over here, the brown and tan with the full 1.0 system. The step side, yes, that one is a step side. The 71 LS, we still have a deal semi-pending, working out a trade situation, which I will tell you guys, unfortunately, because this customer is having to live it currently, the late model truck market is falling off very fast. This one's on the website, 1 ton short bid. That one will be on the website shortly, 1 ton short bid. So that is the update. Of course, the 2 Blazers are online as well. All right, we did not find said switch that we need for this Suburban. So we will take the switch from this Suburban and test it. And then we can also test the wiring to figure it out. But while this is apart, show you the schematic. There's not a lot to it in here. When we say we pull something apart in grease, I don't want you guys to see what we're talking about. We also will vacuum out all the dirt and debris that comes in through the top here. How so much gets in is just crazy, but it does. But keeping these areas here lubricated and moving smooth, especially the hinge points, is huge. And the tracks. Little wheels running a little track. There and there. You can actually see that one has popped out of the track. That's what allows it to go back and forth and up and down. Well, in this case, up and down. But there's your wiring schematic for those that love the technical stuff. And that's what makes the back window go up and down. So, and the little panel covers it. It's not hard to get in there. It's not hard to clean it every now and then. It's definitely not hard to keep it lubricated. And also the runners, where it runs in the side of the track, keeping all that cleaned out makes a huge difference with a silicone spray. So we'll get that fixed. Other than that, this truck, pretty decent bill of health. Getting the final service done, and sorry the glare is terrible today. I don't know what's... That's a little bit better. I think we had a little smudge there. Alternator, keeping power to the battery because we got all the doors open, and even the little silly little light works over there. So coming together pretty good for a less expensive Suburban. Great candidate for somebody for a beach ride or just a 4x4 family truck. But all the trials and tribulations are what they are. And you can't just call Advance and get a switch. They don't have it for a square body Suburban rear window. Grabbing a Ram 21 Ram rollback around here somewhere and going for a test drive. We just did about $5,000 worth of maintenance. I'll find it. Actually, I think it's over there. So let me grab my tag. And that one will be up for grabs soon. But it needed a ton of, well, let me grab my drink as well. A little Gatorade on this hot day. That one will be up for grabs. It needed, like always, a EGR actuator, a sensor on the exhaust, some brakes, a couple more getting ready there. Tan Squarebody is sold. Getting a tire and wheel change before it leaves. Doing an oil change on it currently. And doing the final checklist, but everything is very, very nice on that truck. And some bulbs in this one. Ford. And did an undercarriage video. If you didn't see that, that went on the other channel today, or actually went up late yesterday, showing the undercarriage, because a lot of people ask, it's a Ford, it's probably rotten. It's a Ford, but it is not rotten. It came from, that one came from either Oregon or Washington State. And a few of the trailers, and a few of the trucks. That trailer there needs a tongue replacement because the clevis wore out. So we gotta get that taken care of. This Ford has to have a wiring harness. This one's waiting on a sensor. I think that one is getting ready to get some tires. 2 box trucks are ready to go, actually. They don't need anything. This is a soft side truck. Kind of unique for loading in a different way. That side rolls up and everything is accessible. Not too shabby. Get some tires on this one and some center caps. This one will be ready to go. All right, we got our Sprinter van back. We're kind of thinking about going professional YouTube. Whistling Diesel, the C-Boys, a ton of other influencers have one of these. Kind of thinking we need one for ourselves. AJ's inside messing around. Let me see what he's doing.
Straight to the whip, no baggage claim. Can't even pronounce the name. You ain't got no style. See you on my Instagram. I be rocking it like
going, he is jamming.
Only when I'm taking pics, I'm the middleman.
Dang.
Talking like a boss, I just lift the hand. 3 million.
It's literally pumping in my chest. It's so loud right now. You guys can't hear it, but it is. Well, you might can hear it a little bit, but it is booming in my freaking chest. That stereo is incredible. Now I see why the boys use these vans for getting around, but in all reality, it would make an amazing mobile office or an executive vehicle. He's getting ready to photograph it for the website. 39 grand is the price. It's actually a pretty freaking decent van. It's turned out really good. There's no check engine lights, nothing on the dash. The diesel's running good. We did leave the seats alone, so they do need reupholstering. But the reason for that is the last couple of these we sold, people ripped the interiors out. One made a mobile barbershop. One made executive vehicle. They put a desk in here and some kind of lounging seats over here. So instead of having to ask more for it and spend more on it, we just stopped. The seats could easily be reupholstered though. And it's turned out great. He had a TV running. There's a little iPad right there. There's a refrigerator, a wet bar. The stereo will make your freaking heart stop. It's so loud. It's incredible. The overhead AC is working. We did 2 new batteries. One is a house battery in here. One is a battery for the vehicle. It does not have a battery draw any longer. The battery would go dead if it sat before. That's a pretty good unit. And shockingly, for those that could care less about these things, just fun fact, these start at around $200,000 in a lot of cases, outfitted like this one. You can find a few cheaper that are not outfitted like this one. $200,000 to $400,000 for these, with the rear AC and the lounge seating system, refrigerator, all the other jazzed up stuff. But you know, a lot of your big YouTubers are using these, and influencers, just because it's a way that they can travel around, work on their laptop, do mobile work, go back and forth to places, go to the airport, carry their crew, carry their gear. There is storage in the back. So yes, not our norm, but hey, super freaking cool. And there's Grandpa. You guys are seeing Grandpa for the last time before we buzz out of here today. Alvin has just taken the time to go over it, put a fresh coat of wax. Grandpa is on an 8-inch 1.0 platinum kit. Fox shocks, Fox dual steering stabilizers. 8-inch kit, 35s, 14 wide Alcoa Mickey Thompson wheels, steering and track bar, power steps. This one actually got custom exhaust, it got new headers, and it got a hitch. we duplicated this truck build process to be as close to what this customer had as a, I think he said high school or just out of high school truck. This is a 20,000 mile 87 V10. Probably one of the coolest square bodies as far as history. We even were able to find him a mat for the bed. He said, can you get a mat for the bed? I don't really want to put a spray and liner. Could you find a mat for the bed? And I said, yes, sir. We will locate one, and we did. Got the rack in the back. I won't say what it is. LED light in the top. A flawless friggin' interior. The power steps. This man's got the killer package. And I am, oh yeah, Bluetooth radio. And we saved the factory radio for him, which still worked and worked perfectly. Grandpa is going to a good home. I mean, just look how crisp this truck is. Amazing. Still got the rock guard. Show you guys that quite often. That's one telltale of original paint. This was a favorite. I guess it's bittersweet. It's semi-heartbreaking to sell this truck because to find another all original paint, all original interior, the exhaust shop said, can we please save the manifolds? They're so crisp and nice. And I was like, yeah, nobody needs them, but sure. Proper front drive shaft, proper braided black brake hoses. This truck is just complemented so nicely, and it sounds great because of the fact it now has the headers, the TBI 350, which sounds amazing with the right exhaust. And the exhaust was just run so clean. So freaking clean. Grandpa, we wish you well in your future home in Florida. If you guys see this truck riding around or see this customer, give him a thumbs up. Of course, if you're a square body guy, you would give him a thumbs up anyway. But he has got one of the freaking coolest trucks. Unbelievable how cool this truck turned out. And it was his choice to do the other upgrades. It was already cool. But he said, you know what? While it's there, do the steps, do the other upgrades. Let's make this thing all of it. And we've done it in a pretty good turnaround. I think we've done this in about 3 weeks. All the upgrades he asked for, all the processes he asked for were completed in a very timely manner. And I don't even think he asked about timeline, but I know he's anxious to get it home. And we are happy for it to be going to a cool home. That's a time capsule, guys, but a time capsule that has been turned into an amazing ride. Exactly duplicating what he had as a younger person. And that is what makes it all worthwhile. Guys, thanks for the support. We will see y'all tomorrow.